Aloha, my friends and family. Ellie Mae here coming to you from sunny Hawaii, wishing you and yours a very happy new year. First of all, I want to thank you so much for giving me a little bit of your time and attention to hear from me about something that I'm passionate and really excited about right now. So thank you so much. As most of you know, I started my own small business this past year that I've been working in very part-time hours alongside my full-time job. Well, I'm thrilled to be able to announce that in just a few short weeks, I'm going to be retiring from my corporate cubicle and going full-time with the Rodan Fields job. So, very exciting news. That being said, though, I am still out here in the middle of the ocean, which has proven to be occasionally challenging to find a common hour that I can talk to you more about what this is that I'm doing. So I thought that maybe this could be a fun way that I could share with you more about it that's also convenient for your own busy schedule. So, before I jump in and tell you about this company and what it is exactly that I'm doing, I want to tell you how and why I got involved in the first place. I got a phone call one day from a friend and former coworker from Capitol Hill who presented me with the chance to be one of the first, not only in the state of Hawaii, but in the whole country, to help roll out this new company that was created by the same two doctors who created Proactive. So totally random, yes, out of left field, absolutely, but considering the source, I decided to go ahead and give it a listen, and I am really, really thankful and glad that I did. I realized pretty quickly that this was an opportunity that could do a lot for me and for my family. This was something that could help us to get out of having to work for the man, our ticket out, if you will, and it was also something that I saw would give us an opportunity to live in Hawaii and actually have some of the time to enjoy living in Hawaii. I also see it as a way that we're going to be able to travel and see the world and go places and do things that we've never been able to do before because of a lack of time, money, or opportunity, or some combination of all of those. So it's a little bit about why I thought this would be a great idea. So briefly, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about this company. So back when doctors Katie Rodan and Kathy Fields were still roommates and students at Stanford Medical School, they came up with a dream to effectively treat acne over the counter. See, both of them had suffered from really terrible acne as teenagers and struggled with the lack of options or available cures that were there for them. So they felt like they found the answer because they had a very unique philosophy about how to treat acne. First, they recognized that you can't just spot treat a pimple and expect all your problems to disappear. They understood the cycle and knew that the entire face needed to actually be treated. Second, they came up with what they call a multi-med therapy, and what that is using the right combination of medicine and active cosmetics in the right formulation and in the right order to get the best results. So the added bonus was that by doing this, users could get around needing to make an expensive trip to the doctor for a prescription. So, with this revolutionary new regimen in hand, they started shopping it around to all the big names in the skincare industry. Well, one by one, they had doors just slammed in their faces, but it was the parting words of advice from the executives at Neutrogena that really changed their lives. You see, after they were told that there was just absolutely no way that they could sell a 3-step regimen on the shelves of CVS next to Clearasil, the doctors were told, and I quote, "But you two are really cute ladies, so you should go on TV and talk about this." Well, as we all know, that's exactly what they did. So Proactive was unleashed on the world by an infomercial, and almost overnight these two doctors became two of the most famous dermatologists in the world. So for the first time, people were actually able to treat their acne issues safely, effectively, and affordably from their own homes. Proactive is now a billion-dollar company sold in over 180 countries, and it carries with it the brand recognition that rivals the likes of Nike and Coca-Cola. So, fast forward to the early 2000s, the doctors each have flourishing practices in San Francisco, which is surprising given that they certainly don't have to be working. But they love what they do, and they love being involved in the latest innovations in skincare. Well, it was around this time that they started to notice people were coming to the dermatologist for things that people used to never really go to the dermatologist for. If you'll remember, back in the early 90s when Proactive was first unleashed, people only went to the dermatologist for things like skin cancer or major rashes or things of that nature. But more and more, people were coming to them willing to take the time and to spend the money to get help with things like dark marks from sun, rosy cheeks from rosacea, and more for the treatment of lines and wrinkles. You see, guys, Botox in the past 10 years has exploded. Dentists are even administering it to their patients, and you can't watch TV for more than 20 minutes anymore without seeing some kind of advertisement for a product that's going to turn back the hands of time and give you younger, more youthful skin. So, right now, just to give you some numbers, the anti-aging industry is a $3 billion market that's slated to rise to $5 billion in the next 3 years alone. So, knowing this, the doctors decided to dust off their proven multi-med therapy philosophy, and they created a new company which they called Rodan Fields Dermatologists. Now, this would consist of 4 key regimens to address the issues of sun damage, sensitivity, adult acne, and of course, aging skin. So after countless clinical tests, which yielded amazing results, the doctors realized that they had once again created products that would revolutionize the way that people treated their skincare concerns. So let me give you a quick rundown of what each of these regimens does. So first we have Reverse. This is the scrub. It's the first step of it. Here's a not so fun fact about sun damage. When you look in the mirror, only 20% of what you see is the result of genetics and the passing of time. Now the other 80%, be that dull and uneven skin tone, dark spots, or of course lines and wrinkles, 80% of that is a result of sun damage, which is absolutely shocking, I know. So what Reverse does is it actually erases these signs of premature aging. What you're doing is you're scrubbing off and exfoliating the dead skin that makes your complexion dull, and then preparing the underlying skin to treat it with a 2-step dose of a medicine called hydroquinone. And what this does is it takes the hyperpigmentation that's resulting in dark marks on your face and it breaks it up so that your skin actually becomes brighter and healthier. I personally have been using Reverse, and I can attest 100% that this product does everything that it says it will do. I have watched freckles and spots literally disappear off of my face over the past few months, and I have some really terrifying before and after pictures if you're really curious to see what it's done for me. So it's good stuff. Next we have the Unblemish. What this is essentially a new formulation of Proactive. This is created specifically to treat more mature skin because Proactive was made for adolescent skin. That being said, I know a lot of fiercely loyal adult users who still love and use Proactive, but as we get older and our hormones change, some adults are finding themselves with breakouts that they've never dealt with before. Now, Unblemish is perfectly safe for all ages, and it's actually quite preferred by former Proactive users for a couple of fixes, if you will, that were made. So for one, it no longer bleaches your sheets, your pillowcases, your towels, your shirts, which is nice. And then the second thing that's a little bit different is that they actually packaged it in this dual chamber delivery system. And what this does is it keeps the benzoyl and the cream separate until it gets pumped out into your hand, which makes you the chemist, but it also is a way to maintain the most potent efficacy of this product. So next up we have Soothe, which was developed to treat hypersensitive complexions. Now most people who have sensitive skin know that they do. Others of us think we have rosy cheeks because we're Irish. But what the doctors have done with Soothe is they've allowed people with all kinds of sensitivities to not only treat their irritation issues, but to cure and correct what causes them so that you can move on with your life. What this does is it helps to fortify your skin's natural moisture barrier, which it calms the redness and it reduces irritation. This regimen can be used from head to toe. I know a girl who actually used this as the second step of it. She used this on her 18-month-old daughter's eczema after being to 3 different pediatric dermatologists who could not help. So after about 12 hours, her daughter's eczema was gone. So she was amazed. She is now a consultant. True story on that one. I also know men, like my big strong husband, who also use that second step after shaving to help calm any kind of redness or razor burn that you might have. My partner Layton, she uses a combination of that second step with one of our microdermabrasion products to treat her keratosis, which are those annoying bumps often found on the back of your arms. She's had it her entire life and nothing doctors ever gave her worked until this. So it's good stuff, head to toe. Lastly, I have our anti-aging regimen. These products, they layer cosmetic ingredients and proven peptide technology to reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and enlarged pores. So peptides, if you don't know, which I didn't before I joined this company, they're a magical ingredient that naturally triggers your skin to produce collagen and elastin. So instead of injecting yourself with Botox to temporarily paralyze your skin, peptides work with your skin to increase cell turnover and create healthy and firmer skin. Now the AM and the overnight cream in this regimen actually contain the industry's highest allowable concentration of peptides, which accounts for why they're so effective. Now there's a number of other products in the anti-age line, such as an eye cream. Here's the eye cream, which not only reduces lines and wrinkles, but it also treats puffiness and dark under eye circles. I also want to just quickly mention the overnight serum, since it's getting a lot of attention right now. Let's see if I can get one out here. So packed with peptides and retinol, this is good to boost fighting lines and wrinkles. So peptides, like we just mentioned, those magical little ingredients, and then retinol, if you didn't know, has been long preferred by dermatologists for decades actually, because it enhances cell turnover, which improves your skin's texture and it minimizes the appearance of pores. So that's just a brief highlight of some of our wonderful products. So what the doctors did after they created and bottled all these new regimens will surprise you, knowing that they could easily just do another infomercial and add another gazillion dollars to their bank account. But instead they decided to call up the mega skincare giant Estee Lauder and sold their company to them. Now, Estee Lauder, not daring to take the doctor's trusted names off these products, began selling them as is in a lot of high-end retail stores like Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, Henry Bendel, Bloomingdale's, just to name a few. Well, in 2007, they got a phone call from Nordstrom letting them know that their products were the #1 selling skincare line in their stores. The doctors decide, hey, that's pretty neat. Let's step back and take a look and see how we accomplish this once again. So they hired an outside firm to do some market research, and what they found shouldn't surprise any of you women who are listening right now. They found that in most cases it wasn't the cute sales clerk behind the counter who was really moving the product. What it was the friend of a satisfied customer coming into the store already set on buying what her friend was using. They saw it time and time again, so their success in the retail setting was totally a result of word of mouth and women just doing what we do, which is talking to each other. So with this new information in mind, the doctors also took a look at what was about to happen in the country and in the world. So first of all, it's 2007. In a very short time, the economy is going to tank. The writing had been on a wall for a while, and the doctors knew that very soon you'd be able to shoot a cannon through a high-end retail store and not hit a soul. People were going to be holding on to every penny that they had.